Victor Wolf back. I know my last video was October 30th of 2023, but we won't talk about that no more. Today's book review is Who is Maud Dixon? I don't know. Why did I get this book? Who knows? It had to have been from one of those many book reviewers I watch on YouTube. Anyway, this story centers around Florence Darrow, a young editor at a publishing house. But she wants to be more than just an editor. She wants to be a published writer. Good luck on that improbability, Florence. Like, she wants to be a published writer like the legendary Maud Dixon, which is a pen name for a very obscure woman named Helen Wilcox. Helen just writes the novels. She makes no public appearances and gives no interviews. If ever there was a female writer diva, it is Helen. She's rude, crude, and wants things done her way right this second. But then Helen's agent calls Florence and says that Helen has selected her to be her special secretary. Florence thinks this is the tremendous opportunity of a lifetime. She could learn hands-on from the master. Never mind that there has to be a catch as to why Helen's editor would pick Florence of all people. Despite it all, Florence takes the job. Once we slog through all this information, the book continues to meander. Boy, does it. What I just told you consists of the first 122 pages of a 320-page book. So roughly 1/3 of this bad boy. And we haven't even got to the thriller part yet. Authors, if you want to market your book as a thriller, then start with the thriller part first, okay? This author could have taken that advice and then gradually filled us in on the 100 pages of boring shit. Arguably, these 100 pages could have been pared down to 50. But who am I to say that something should be pared down or carved down, right? I mean, we got the religion at 550 pages. And if that ain't good enough, we have Black Mountain at 750 pages. Woo-wee. Bazinga. Alright, back to Maud. So really the book doesn't take off until page 125 when the two women land in Morocco for Helen's research for her next book. But I just told you a lie. We get a few more pages of, yay, filler! Unnecessary description of Morocco. Sure, some of it is fine, but more than that is unnecessary. The real novel doesn't actually begin until page 163, almost exactly 51% of the book, when Florence wakes up in the hospital bed and there is no trace of Helen Wilcox whatsoever. Now that seems interesting, definitely deserving of a star for plot. Since Helen is presumed dead in a foreign country and the local officials have no record of her, Florence gets the big old idea that maybe she could become Helen Wilcox, kind of sort of take over her life and be a surrogate for the fictional author Maud Dixon. Because her life is so much better than Florence's, right? Of course, several complications arise for that to become a reality. Complications Florence may or may not be able to overcome. So once the thriller part got off and running, it wasn't half bad. Just nothing too out of the ordinary or shocking. But because of the lackluster first half, I can't give this book as a whole more than 6.5 out of 10. I'd only recommend it if you have nothing better to read, or if you like reading about authors and their petty problems, which is probably why I put it on my list in the first place. Or if you're on a plane or bus, or your phone's dead, and it is the only thing in front of you to read, then yeah, give it a try. It's interesting to note that the only YouTube reviews of this book are by women, not a single man. Why is this? Thoughts in the comments, please. As so, I'm glad I can be the first and only man to review it. And if you like the video, be sure to click that like, and I'll see you on the next one. Some spoilers in 3, 2, 1. The climax reminds me of the final scene in War of the Roses, starring Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner, which I liked. But the author was a little lazy in assuming that there aren't video cameras in the hallways of high-end hotels. That was a little off-putting, which kind of killed the whole ending. I was like, what? Are you serious? You're going to base the character getting away with stolen identity and murder because of the lack of video cameras in the hotel hallways, entrances, and exits? That's pretty dumb. And what's even crazier, the editor and publisher let her do it. Oh well, it is what it is. So that's Maud Dixon for you. Victor Wolf, rounding third, and heading for home. See ya!